The stage is all yours.
Okay. Do you have a video? No, I'll intro.
Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, I can send it to you again. I have it on the clip. Is it even visible?
Yes.
Hello. Hello, everyone out there in Cyberland. That was a Rent reference. Speaking of rent, they've got to pay it, so make sure you're donating. Tempest is looking for a video, which is going to go along with my pitch, but I'm just going to start as me. Hi.
I don't have your video.
Tempest doesn't have my video, so I'm going to text it to her right now.
Thanks.
And I will try to speak at the same time, although I'm notoriously bad at doing two things at once.
Same.
See, I'm already sent. Oh. Message. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I just selected the video. Now I'm selecting messages. It's downloading because I have too many things on my phone. They're all in the cloud. I pay way too much for storage. It's a racket.
Yeah.
But anyway, part of what's taking space on my phone these days is the music for my show, Serve for the Gods, which is going to be in the Gold venue, which is the only venue in the Orlando Museum of Art, because we're doing what? Art. So, if you like Greek mythology and or 90s house music, this is the show for you. Fun story, as I type in Tempest's name so that I can send this video to her. I had the opportunity to work as a merch seller, aka the person at the shows trying to sell you magnets and t-shirts and all those fun things, at various shows on Broadway, because I live in New York City these days. I am a Central Florida native, born and raised in Orange City / DeLand, because when I was younger, Orange City was a much smaller place, and you had to go to DeLand to do pretty much anything, including go to high school. So I'm also a former Mr. DeLand High School. I know, that's probably my greatest credit. But I moved to New York in 2011 after I finished getting my BFA in musical theater from the University of Central Florida.
Yeah.
So nice UCF, nice. And I did a couple of national tours, actually helped open up the Dr. Phillips Center as part of their inaugural season. I was in the Beauty and the Beast tour that stopped by in May of 2015. And since then, I haven't really been doing much. I sort of took a break, had some life stuff happen, took some stock of my place in the universe, and my place in musical theater. I didn't really feel like there was a place for me anymore because I was leaning into my non-binary-ness and not caring as much about my waistline. And I wasn't sure if there was a place for me in musical theater, so I wrote one. I was doing, like I said, doing merch, selling merch in New York City, and one of the shows that I sold for was Hadestown, which won the Tony for Best Musical in 2018, pre-pandemic, one of those years. And great show, really enjoyed it. However, it's very cishet normative, which is a little weird given the source material, because if you know anything about Orpheus and Eurydice, you know that after Eurydice died, Orpheus was so heartbroken, he swore off women and would only sleep with men. And so one day he was walking through the woods and a group of horny nymphs, who were all female, said, "Hey Orpheus, come sleep with us." And he was like, "No, I don't do chicks anymore." And so they ripped him limb from limb. The end. Thank you. So I was a little annoyed when they're like, "Here's a toast to him wherever he is." I was like, I know where he is inside a man. So I decided to go back to the roots of the source material and make it gay as hell. So this is where Sir for the Gods, a musical extravaganza came from. Marrying my love of Greek mythology with my love of 1990s queer culture and house music and the ballroom scene and the club kids and all that sort of stuff, all smushed together to make Sir for the Gods. And I'll give you a little sneak preview of it right now as soon as Tempest plays the video.
I don't have the video, B.
She doesn't have it yet.
We were so close. We almost had it.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Let me see what it says over here. I don't know. Delivered. Did it lie? Anywho, eventually there'll be a video. But until then, the story centers around Ganymede, who was the youngest prince of Troy, most beautiful of mortals, according to the myths. And this was the one time when Zeus, who was known for turning into various animals so that he could have his way with the young maidens of Greece, whether they liked it or not. This is where people like Hercules came from. He decided he was going to woo a boy for the first time. And not only that, he ended up making him cupbearer of the gods. And if you know anything about Hera, his wife, she wasn't very happy about that. So it follows that story along with all the others that it intersects with, including Hercules and his gay lover, Iolaus. Oh, what? Disney lied to me? Yes, they did. As well as Hebe, the goddess of youth, who's our every woman, and sings about the plights of women without agency in a song called What Girls Want. Not the Cyndi Lauper song. Very different. So it's full of great characters. It's a great story. It's got a lot of great music. If I do say so myself, I wrote it, so I kind of, it's good that I like it at least. So I'm hoping you all will like it too. And this is definitely a labor of love. I poured a lot of work into it. I wrote the music, I wrote the lyrics, I wrote the book. I'm self-producing. I'm in charge of costume coordination, I'm music directing, I'm set coordinator. I'm wearing a lot of hats, which is a shame because I have great hair. But it's coming together. I'm having a blast with my creative team, including Io Dempse, who is my director, my amazing choreographers, Adonis Mabry and Arius West, my lovely stage manager, Jordan Lewis, and a cast full of Orlando favorites. So here's a little sneak peek of what you'll be seeing in the Gold venue this May.
Before Mohammed, before Jesus Christ, before the Buddha, these gods reign fiercely. Serve for the Gods, a musical extravaganza. Serving 7 performances in the Gold venue at the Orlando Museum of Art. Get ready to serve for the gods.
Now, for those of you who are discerning music connoisseurs, you might be saying, wait a minute, B, I thought this was 90s house music. Why is that beat so funky fresh? Well, that is actually our bows music, which is a reprise of our finale, which is a bit of a disco bop. I'm taking it back to the roots of ballroom, back to the 1970s, when Miss Crystal LaBeija had enough and established the Harlem Balls in New York City, in the uptown neighborhood of, you guessed it, Harlem. And so I'm paying homage to a lot of parts of queer culture that I love deeply. You may hear a RuPaul's Drag Race reference or two casually thrown in there. Or Hey Queen, hosted by Johnny McGovern, deep cut for my really gay people out there. And it's gonna be a fun time. We've got dancing, we've got singing, we have fierce belting, we have heart-wrenching ballads. We've got it all. And like I said, an amazing cast full of wonderful performers, including Iris Johnson, who was just here last night as part of Black Theater Girl Magic, performing new works of her own. So big props to Iris. We also have some local favorites like Rob Ross, some up-and-comers like Justin Jimenez and Nicholas Watson, Kristen Paradero, and it's gonna be an amazing time. It's gonna be an amazing show. And I will also be in it for anyone who wants to see me perform.
We had Jacqueline Howlett said, I'm so excited for all of y'all. You guys are doing amazing. Sir.
Yay. Thank you so much. We've been hard at work. We're just approaching the halfway mark in our rehearsal process. And it's all coming together, and it's really cool to watch a room full of people working on something that you created and pouring their hearts into it. And it just warms mine because, like I said, this was a labor of love, and the team that I've pulled together is in love with it too, and we cannot wait to tell this story for you. So please come on down to the Gold venue. We're serving 7 performances, like the video said. We will be there. Opening night is 5/17 at 5:45 p.m., 5/19 at 10 p.m., 5/20 at 10:15, 5/22, and by this I mean May 22nd, at 8:15, May 23rd at 6 p.m., May 27th at 6:45, and May 28th, our final performance is a matinee at 1:15 p.m. For those who want the club experience in the middle of the afternoon, come see our one and only matinee. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be dancing in the aisles. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be fun, and you're definitely going to leave feeling energized and gayer than ever.
Woo!
So come on down and serve for the gods.
So next up, we have some